Hey everybody. I just watched the 2023 Streamies on Game Theory because MatPat hosted this year, and I was really inspired by it. So I decided to take notes on everyone that won awards. I've got 3 pages of notes. I have damn near a whole page devoted to Ryan Trahan, which is interesting, but I'll get into that later. So, with the Streamies, I mean, it's just an award show with all of the best creators in all different kinds of spaces, not just YouTube, but Twitch and TikTok and any social media app on the internet. They have creators from there. So I'm watching the video and there are so many people that I don't recognize. Like, I have no clue who they are. I mean, of course I know like Smosh and I know Rhett and Link because I grew up watching them. And then there's people that I don't know at all. There's this channel called Challenge Accepted. Never heard of them. They got Show of the Year. Apparently it's this girl who tries a bunch of different things. And it seemed really interesting. I liked her videos. They seemed really high production at first. You can tell all the thumbnails are like super detailed and well created. But she has these clips inside of those videos where it just gets like super personal. She'll have literally what looks like a phone in her hand and she's just talking into it for like a solid couple minutes. And I mean, there's small jump cuts and stuff, but it's not like overdone. She seems like a very genuine person, you know. I really respect that. I like that. Then the breakout creator of the year, Dylan Mulvaney, as a trans woman who most of her content is about being trans. Now, that's obviously not my niche. Very obviously not my niche. But they seem very upfront and very honest about everything that they have going on. So I really respect that, you know, kind of using their experience as like a show, like, hey, this is what I'm going through as a trans person. Now, I have no clue what that's like, obviously, but watching their videos, I was like, okay, you know, definitely some stuff I don't agree with, but I can understand how that is a path that somebody would want to go down. And I understand and I respect an individual's choices, you know? It's just, it was so fascinating. I think I dug into Dylan's channel really deep, actually. I went back to one of their first videos about getting on like the hormone change and stuff, and just kind of like skimmed through it. I think they'd been a woman for like 500 days now, 600 days, something along those lines. It's been a while. It's been over a year, almost over 2 years now. And it was so interesting to see the connection that people were making. Then creator for Social Good was this channel called Invisible People. Again, never heard of them. It's a homeless activist group, and they just go around and they interview homeless people and have them tell their stories. They have informational animations about like how to properly help homeless people and how to explain to your kids why people are homeless. Just never thought about that ever. I mean, of course we see homeless people all around, you know, and apparently they do a lot of good. So it's really interesting. I mean, I grew up kind of, I mean, being afraid of homeless people. I think a lot of people are kind of anxious around them because it's like, man, you know, like what did they do to get in that position? And it's a weird situation for them, especially because here in Mississippi, it's not as bad as I hear it is in other places. I went on a road trip a couple of years ago now. I was working up in North Dakota, and Lily and I were driving back down. We went through Denver, Colorado, and that is the first time I have ever seen homelessness as prevalent as I was seeing in these videos. Most of these videos that Invisible People make are like out in California and all over the West Coast, it seems like, where there's a large homeless population. And I had seen in Denver just blocks and blocks and blocks of all of these cars and RVs just bumper to bumper next to each other, just completely taking up one side of the street. It was sad to see. It was disgusting. It was confusing at the time, and just if the cars weren't bumper to bumper, then there was like boxes stacked in between them. I always thought it was a drug problem, you know. I always think it's like they've made some kind of decisions that lead them into those points. That is what I grew up thinking about homeless people. These people, now of course, you can say something about curated content, but with the amount of videos they have talking about all of these things, and it's not like they're shying away from it either. They have videos about like, oh yeah, the homeless man talks about his drug addiction and stuff like that. And if anybody's going to know the most about homeless people, I think it'd be a homeless organization. You know, and it's not like they're going to be, you know, siphoning money out of people who donate. God, I hope not. I'd have to do more research into the company itself, but they've got like a decade worth of videos. I'm almost positive. Hold on. Let me look at this again real quick. 14 years. For 14 years, these people have been posting videos about homeless people consistently. Okay, I just got out of 14 years ago. So let's see. How many videos they post in their first year? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 17 times 4. I mean 40. Like just shy of 80 videos in their first year. That's more than one a week. That's a good upload schedule. And these people have been doing that for 14 years. They've been posting these videos. Their latest videos. What we got? Yeah, 2 days ago, 6 days ago, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. This is insane. Like at some point, you look at all of this documentation of homelessness. I mean, shit, my opinion's changed now. My opinion's changed. That's insane. I can't believe. So, I mean, obviously they've been doing some social good for a lot longer than just 2023, but a lot of interviews with homeless people about what it's like to be homeless and how people get in those positions. So that's really interesting. And their videos have been the same. They had a set out goal and they stuck to their videos. They don't have any videos about anything else. That's an organization. Now, of course, they could have cleaned out some videos, but I highly doubt it. How many videos do they have? It should say up here. Over 1,000 videos. 1,200 videos. That's incredible. Okay, next. This is the person I have the most to say about. Ryan Trahan. So, He graduated the year before me, which is interesting to me. I picked him up a few weeks ago. Of course, I'd seen his videos posted, and I was just like, oh, it's just some other Mr. Beast-esque kind of guy, just money. And I watched one of his videos. I watched him in Europe doing his, like, starting with a penny and working my way up to Get Home series was what he did. So he landed somewhere in Europe. I can't remember. But just that idea is like, that's a really good idea. You see all these people, all of these YouTubers with such great ideas and like amazing, just like, where do you get these ideas, you know? So I went, and this is actually the first channel that I dug deep on. I scrolled all the way down. His first video has almost a million, it's just over 900,000 views. PSA, drink water. And then everything after that is like less than 100,000 views. Some of them less than like 20. Consistently under 100,000. Except for like, I don't know. Okay, so Ryan Trahan started off with track. He was a track star. I had no clue. He just looks like a dude now, you know? He just looks like a guy. But he was a track star in high school and apparently went to Texas A&M. He was the valedictorian of his high school. The man's smart, obviously. But he was posting videos about all of the meets he went to, and they just end up being like, half of them is just a vlog of him and his friends having fun being in a place. And it's nothing complicated either. It's literally just like B-roll film that somebody would just take on their phone and just like point it at their friends. And then he'd clip that together, and then it would be about something track. His first video that wasn't directly about like track meets, it was a tutorial on how to use a water bottle. I don't know. And then he started making videos about like tutorials on how to run, workout videos, his valedictorian speech, which has it's 91K views. He does a Q&A at 2,000 subscribers, and then he has his turning 1 cent into $1,000, episode 1. That is 4.5 million views, 6 years ago. That was a 5-part series, and each one of those videos got over 1 million views. But in between, he posted another track thing, racing a milk mile, parentheses, puked, 140K views. I mean, like, obviously there's an uptick, right, from what he was making beforehand. Amazon response, asking people experiencing homelessness for life advice. Amazing responses. 16K views. It's nothing, you know, compared to what he's making now. I hate to be so hard focused on numbers, but it's the easiest way to gauge success, I guess. Like, what works? Because with all the videos he makes, you can tell what he loves. He loved track. He loved track so much. Those videos would not get views compared to what he was actually doing, you know? So he absolutely loved making track videos. He said that he's loved traveling, which, I mean, tracks with track. But I'm Tish. But just talking about views and stuff, he loves traveling. And recently, the video that got me connected to his channel was him traveling. But he was doing this thing that originally popped off. the turning 1 cent into $1,000. That was his first like major success. At least on like being like a job. That's so interesting how he took that and turned it into something that could fuel his desire to travel. Not only did he use his YouTube to fund his travel, he made it about his travel. So him making the big bucks doing what he loves. He took what YouTube said was popular and what YouTube liked. He took his thing and he put them together, and it works. After that, I mean, it's a slow, just uptick in videos, workout routines. He tried playing Fortnite on his phone, and that got like not as many views as anything else. He had a major workout video that got 7 million views 5 years ago. Okay. Like, hell yeah, dude. Just another avenue he could have gone down, I'm sure. He tried copying people's styles on Instagram. He did a diss thing on Disney, like Disney World, I guess. He looks like he's tried a lot, you know? He's tried doing a lot of things. And then he starts getting into like the virality stuff. So his videos start taking an uptick 4 years ago. Just about. 5 years ago. He consistently started getting over 1 million views 5 years ago. Hannah Stocking, comedy genius. Waxing gone terribly wrong. Bad commercials was a downtick. But then from there on out, I swapped lives with my girlfriend for 24 hours. 2.3 million views. 1 million, 2.4, 2.4, 1.5, 2.1. And I'm sure, of course, they didn't have these numbers like whenever he started them. But that's where they're at now. Everything from there on out, I mean, is just, yeah, over 1 million, 8.9, 5 million. He had a downtick here, but it looks like he's doing what he wants. I think that's what of course anybody wants. Anybody wants everybody to like what they're doing when people are doing what they want. Okay, enough about Ryan. Mad respect for this guy. He's got a wild mindset that I really respect, but he stood out to me a lot just because his channel is so untouched. He doesn't go back and delete stuff. I really respect that. I'm sure he has some stuff private, but you know, whatever. And then who else? Just Chatting, Quackity. Quackity is like a meme lord, okay? That's how I understood him. He did a lot of stuff with memes. He played Minecraft for a while with like Call Me Carson when that guy was big. And I looked at his videos, and he started off making content about this game called Toontown. Never heard of it before. But that was like all he did. And I don't know if that was ironic or if it was like something he actually enjoyed. No clue. But then he started kind of branching out and tapping on different things to see what worked. And eventually he's just started making stuff he wants to make, you know? Brandon Rogers. Oh my gosh, this guy. He won, Best Scripted Series of 2023. So now I'm just going back to everybody's first videos at this point. And his first like big pop-off video was 14 years ago. This guy's an OG YouTuber. Okay. Meet Grandpa smiley face. 1.5 million views. And of course, again, probably didn't have those views back when it started, but it's just all of these 13 million. He just goes off. And this could have just been like the starting age of YouTube, just virality, just kind of you pop off, everybody follows you, and then you're off. No clue. So I'm trying not to take stock in this because Brandon Rogers is such an OG. It's kind of interesting that it just kind of started and then just didn't stop. And he's absolutely tried a bunch of stuff too. He's made different shows. He's tried talking about different topics. He's tried, I don't know if he's tried being serious, but rolling with sex versus school. He's talking about bees. Like, again, all over the place. He's tried doing a bunch of stuff, and then he'll go back to the thing that he knows works. So I think that was his theater class show that would consistently get good views, and he would just do that, I guess, to keep up, because that's what everybody loved. And that's a way of doing it. You know, you just like you go in and you make the videos that other people want to see, and then you make your stuff. They might not get as warm of a reaction, but you might find something that you like and people like, and like the YouTube algorithm likes, and then you run with that instead. You know, like Ryan Trahan, he could have, instead of gone and like done his other stuff, if he loved working out and he loved his, you know, doing the calisthenics, whatever kind of like physical workout stuff, he could have chased that. He got a pop-off video. That could have been a direction for him. He might have tried that for a little bit, and then it might have died down. He'd be like, oh, you know, that doesn't work. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm looking at all of these. Who's this? RDC World. Never heard of them. From what I understand, a lot of stuff about cartoons, like from what I can see here. A lot of stuff about cartoons and being black is the best way I can describe it. I don't know. This is not my genre of content. But these guys tried a lot of different things. 9 years ago, 10 years ago, yeah, is when they started. So these guys are, I mean, I would consider these guys like semi-OG YouTubers. It's like a group of people. But again, I've never watched their content. I don't really know anything about their content. This isn't my thing. But their most viewed videos are about like anime stuff. Or, yeah, about being black, I guess. The Black Avengers, 11 million views. 25 million views when people take anime too far. Love me some anime. Yeah, stuff like this. Like 7 years ago, these videos, the Black Avengers 2, 9.8 million views. Hey, hold on. Have I seen this video? I think I've seen this video. Avatar: The Last Hoodbender. Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen clips of that. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, over 6 million subs. I mean, these guys have their niche, you know? They found their niche. Ryan's found his niche. Brandon Rogers definitely found his niche early. Freaking Moist Critical. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, Moist Critical. He's the next person I looked at. He started off posting montages of first-person shooter games. It's like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Like he started posting montage videos of him hitting clips. That's what he started off at. And he really didn't do much. And then his first uptick was him doing a commentary video about a game that was not a first-person shooter. Don't know what possessed him to do that, but that's what really popped him off. And he just uploaded consistently, just so consistently, just going. Never stopped. I'm not sure if these guys know like, or knew at the time. I don't know if these guys knew at the time what they were doing. If they knew like what was going to happen, how they would track off, or if they knew that the new thing they'd try would pop off so hard. I don't think so. A lot of these people seem like it seems like they're holding on to the stuff that they want to do really bad. And I like that. That's very genuine. It's a very genuine thing. I mean, shit, Moist Critical still literally just chilling. He loves doing what he's doing, apparently. Just reacting to stuff. It works. Commentary about things. I think at some point you get that group of people that just really likes your stuff, and you can do anything under the sun and they'll love you and they'll watch your videos if they're there for you, which is, of course, that makes the most sense, you know. I heard an interview with Sunless Khan, the Rocket League YouTube creator who owns Rule 1. I love that team, by the way. Big respect for them. Simon loves them too. But just talking about making things, and he said about an organization, you know, it's like you want the fans to love the organization, not just the players. You want that shift to happen. And I think that could be the same way with YouTube. I mean, it's like, of course, you draw people in with the topic that they're interested in. They find you and they're like, oh, this dude's actually pretty rad. I'm going to keep watching his videos. And you start bonding and stuff like that. And of course, there's the parasocial relationships that are kind of weird, but I don't think it has to go that far for people to consistently watch your videos, you know? I hope not, because that's just not healthy. But this guy literally just streams and reacts to stuff that people send him. He plays video games and he watches movies. Dude just talks and people listen. I wonder if he had that thought of like, why are people listening to me? I wonder if he's had those doubts, you know? I'd like to believe he has, because I don't think you can consistently get millions and millions of views about stuff like this and not have imposter syndrome, you know? And the fact is, the dude's hilarious. He's so funny. I watch his videos occasionally. If it's on a topic that I'm interested in, I'll watch it. You know, or if I'm just eating lunch and not doing anything, I'll watch his videos. Just because, like, oh, he posted something, he's reacting to something that I think is interesting or I've never heard before. I'm like, oh, okay. He's got really good titles. I'll give him that. Sometimes I'll catch myself reading his title, I'll look at his thumbnail, and I'm like, man, he's really trying to bait me in here. I don't want to watch his video. Because I feel baited. And that kind of feels a little ingenuine, you know? But all of his videos that have just like his face as the thumbnail, and he just doesn't care to upload a thumbnail his own, I'd like to believe that's what he does. He just doesn't upload a thumbnail on his own and YouTube puts one there. That's what I do. That's what I do. I respect it. I've tried making thumbnails already just because I thought it was fun, you know? But he's just doing this thing and he's getting so much traction. It's just, it's incredible to me, stuff like that. Another example of somebody who kind of just started off just in the lane and just kept on going was Mark Brownlee. Never watched him. I remember seeing him in all of the YouTube rewinds, and I never knew what he did. I was just like, oh, this guy is just professionally famous, you know. He's a nerd. He does tech reviews. Oh, how did I not know this? How did I not know this? That's crazy. I'm not a big tech guy, you know, I'm not. But he's got so much confidence. He's got that, you know, that posture. He's got that just look in his eyes. He's just like confident. You can see that. This dude, obvious OG YouTuber. His first 2 videos on his channel to this day are golf videos about him playing real golf. Okay. And then his third video is a tech video about some tech thing like years ago. Like probably 15 years ago, I think. And he just kept on going. He just kept on going with tech, and he ran off with it, and his views slowly just kind of popped off. His first tech video has like over 4 million views, almost 5 million views, I think. And I'm sure that's just from people going back and looking at it and just being like, oh, this is where he started. It's crazy, you know? But I scrolled through a good bit more, like a couple months into the future, and I looked at all of his videos, and it was like 20K, you know, 4K views. It's just like really low, you know? And then it just like, you can see it slowly bump up over 10K per, and then just keeps bumping up. And then he found, like, he had his niche, you know? And there's certain styles that he adopted in thumbnail techniques and all of this stuff. He's just kind of like slowly been crafting over this whole time. He was a slow burner for sure, but he was popping. So big respect. And then the big boy, Mr. Beast. He started by uploading Minecraft videos. Can you believe that? Minecraft videos. Then he had, I think, a series about a different game. And then he had this weird obsession with how much money YouTubers made. And he made like dozens of videos about how much does PewDiePie make. He'd have like an update video every so often about how much PewDiePie was making. And then he had like videos, how much is Captain Sparkles, but how much is this Minecraft YouTuber making? How much is Tobuscus making? Like, a lot of his videos seemed really obsessed with money. And I mean, he's Mr. Beast. The dude, his YouTube algorithm, like, it's just money, is what it seems like, you know? The dude gives away a lot of money, okay? I've seen a lot of people talking about like, oh yeah, working with him, you know, he just throws money, and that's awesome. The man made a whole YouTube channel specifically about giving away money. So respect to him. But his first video that really popped off was when he counted to 10,000 in one go. It took him like 3.5 hours. And he had this really interesting thing he said right at the beginning. He was like, I'm going to skip 4 numbers. And if anybody can tell me what 4 numbers I skipped, I will let you put on my Twitter bio, like whatever you want, like my pinned tweet, something like that. And it wasn't even like a giveaway. He wasn't like, I'm going to give you money. It was just like, he was a kid. I mean, he was like, yo, I don't have, I know, it's wild, right? Oh, you got poop. I'm so sorry, buddy. Hey, Sides, come on. Go poop. I'm so sorry. But after that, he started doing like all the stuff that he wanted to do. His thumbnails were garbage. Oh my God, they were garbage. You wouldn't think. One of his thumbnails, one of Mr. Beast's thumbnails from way back when was a black screen with white text that just said, I'm bad at making thumbnails, XD. You wouldn't expect that from Mr. Beast, but it was there. He was Mr. Beast 6000 at the time, excuse me. But it's so fascinating looking back at all of these YouTubers, people like Don't Know It All, and then the big names, and just going and watching all of their old content and seeing what directions they were poking in and what they were doing, what they were trying. And I mean, that seems like the method is madness. The method's madness, y'all. It's madness. It's madness, Simon. Oh, I'm sorry, did I interrupt you? Looked like you were gonna say something. Yeah, you're welcome. But anyways, that was my little rant about the Streamies. Big respect to all of those content creators. Even the people I don't necessarily agree with, you know, the people that I don't watch all the time, they're on the grind. And it seems like they tried a lot of things, and I really respect that. I think the two things that I can take away from this are that do what YouTube crowns you to do. Do what you want to do. You know what? There's a secret third in there. Mash them together. Do something that won't burn you out. And talking like this and doing research like this is really interesting to me. So I'm going to keep doing it. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace.